What's up, Steeler Nation? You're watching everyone's favorite Steeler podcast, Steelers Crazy, a sick media production in tangent with Yins Are Crazy. I'm JY. This is Mike. You know what Tuesday is, the Chris Wormley and Friends show with special guest Robert Spillane, who had a big game on Sunday, fourth down. We can't wait to talk to him, man. How are you doing, Mike?
I'm good, man. I think we're repping today. We're matching. Listen, everybody's excited. Big Steelers victory. Like you said, we got a great guest on today to help celebrate that and walk us through the game. So let's rock and roll. What do you think, JY?
Go ahead, Sammy. Let's get to it, and here we go.
It was Wormley back to him first. He's having a big day.
Got a couple guys to bring in today. We're excited about that. And we'll start with the main man, of course. He is the name of the show. He is wearing his shirt today. Early bird gets the worm. He's showing off the pecs a little bit. We can't keep this guy out of the gym, man. Chris Wormley, what's going on, man? How are you?
What's up, boys? Feeling good. You know, I guess Victory Tuesday because today is Tuesday. But yeah, man, we're excited about, you know, the win that we had against the Saints. It was kind of a must-win type scenario, especially coming off the bye. And we're just excited to get going for the Bengals. Big division game this week.
Jordan, I'm not trying to have you take your clothes off over there, but you got an early bird gets the worm shirt under there. It looks like kind of you might be
a Yins Are Crazy one.
Okay, we're close on that.
I rotate them. So I like variety, so I Worm on Sundays under the 95 jersey. It's been good luck. So, and also the Pigeons, you guys are 2-0 now. So let's keep it going.
We gotta keep those boys around.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna. I already see them on people putting them on T-shirts. So we're gonna ride the momentum second half of the season, and
for sure.
You know, there's a Twitter account called Acrisure Stadium Pigeons now.
Got to get it right, man. Got to get it right.
There's a Twitter account, so go find it if you want. But I think more importantly right now, we've given you this honor a few times. Obviously, it's the Chris Wormley and Friends show, and you're bringing on a guy today who had a great performance on Sunday. So I'll let you do the honors, man.
Yeah, man, we got a special guest today. Number 41 on the field, number one in a lot of people's hearts, especially his fiance Shelby's heart. Has made plays his whole career. Pick six against Lamar Jackson a couple years ago. Stuffed Derrick Henry in the hole on the goal line a couple years ago, and a huge 4th and 1 QB sneak stop this game against the Saints. That really put us in position to win the game and hold on to that lead. My guy, my brother, Robert Spillane.
Hey, Worm. Thanks for that great introduction. I really appreciate it.
I'm tearing up over here.
No, damn,
tell you what, man,
you got that was mad love, so I appreciate you. Thank you.
He's got like Oscars host in his future or something, man. I'm tearing up over here.
You look good on camera too. If I do say so myself, so thank you.
He's paying you to say that, isn't he?
On the side,
Robert. Thanks for joining us, Chris. Obviously appreciate you bringing him on. First of all, Robert, tell us about your T-shirt, man. We were talking off air a little bit. You're repping your Chicago hometown Bulls. I know they're off to a good start this year. You got to be pretty proud of them as well, right?
No, the only sports team I really worry about is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I don't follow too closely in any other sports leagues. Really doesn't mean much to me. I just like the legacy of Michael Jordan and wearing old clothes. So, you know, three-peat shirt before he won his second three-peat. So I think that's pretty cool.
Tell you what, we got a title for this show already. The only team I care about is the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's perfect. Obviously, you guys had a big win on Sunday, 20-10 over the New Orleans Saints to get to 3-6 at Acrisure Stadium. Talk me through it, guys, a little bit. Chris, I'll start with you. You needed a big performance defensively. You guys came up with that big performance. How good did that feel?
Yeah, it was great. Holding the team to 10 points. We knew that they had some weapons. We knew that Alvin Kamara could really take over a game if we allowed him to run and do the things that he can do out of the backfield. They had a special talent in number 7 with Taysom Hill And for the most part, we minimized both of those guys. I think they had a total of maybe 30 yards rushing, 29 yards rushing, I think was maybe the final stat of the game. And when you can make a team one-dimensional, that really sets your defense up for a lot of success. Not only did Spill have a big game, but Alex had a huge game. It was great having TJ back in the mix. I think his presence really sparked the crowd from the get-go, and it allowed us to ride that momentum to a huge victory that we really needed.
Robert, when a guy like TJ Watt comes back into the lineup, what kind of lift does that give you guys just emotionally on the field, man?
Yeah, he brings it every play, and he shares his energy and love with everyone. You see it in his gameplay. You see it on the sidelines. He brings the team together, and it's great to stand behind TJ Watt, to stand behind Worm and Cam Hayward and Alex Highsmith. So that's a blessing, and I don't take that job for granted. I really look forward to working with those guys every day. And Worm listed off some great players, and I think we also got to shout out Levi Wallace, DeMontre, KZ for making huge plays. I mean, turnovers at the end of the day are what wins games and changes the outcomes of games. So they made huge plays in that game for us.
Yeah, man. Listen, we're here to talk about you, though. You led the team in tackles, incredibly impressive performance. You kind of took on that green dot role a little bit with Miles Jack sidelined. Not just the lift TJ Watt gave this team, but the lift you gave this team obviously has been talked about a ton this week. Tell me about that, taking on that role. Obviously, you've done it before. Did you kind of know going into this game that Miles would be sidelined?
You know, I always prepare to play 100% of the snaps, and that's from the bottom of my heart. I expect to go out there and play every snap of the game, so I prepare like this every week. It's not a special occasion for me. I see myself as a starter in this league, and I hope to show that through my efforts and my game tape. So, yeah, it was a good opportunity for me, and I felt like I played well for most of the game.
Yeah, I'll say you're watching the Chris Wormley and Friends show over here, brought to you by the Sick Podcast as well as Yins Are Crazy. Worm, a lot of people out there obviously talk about how Acrisure Stadium is not going to be loud. It's not going to be crazy. The Steelers aren't off to the best start they've been off to in recent years. I think we can maybe put that to bed after Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you see the stadium packed, before pregame, you see the hype, the crowd noise, all that before the game even starts. Like, okay, this is, no matter what our record is, no matter what they say about us on social media and all that, because we've heard a lot of it this season. It hasn't been the greatest start, and we all know that. But the Steelers fans are probably the most loyal fans you'll find. They love us. They love our team. They love to root for us on Sunday. And like I said, that really that momentum we had just after that first drive kind of set the tone for us. And I think the crowd was a big part of it, and those pigeons.
We got to make you guys a Pigeons shirt. I think that's the next thing, the Acrisure Pigeons or something like that. The Pigeons were quiet. The crowd was not quiet. Robert, a lot of people talked about your ability to communicate post-game. I know TJ Watt mentioned it. It's not easy when there's a raucous crowd out there. How do you kind of get everybody on the same page when the crowd is going crazy like that? I feel like you would need a microphone or a megaphone out there to give the signals.
Yeah, I think it's years of building a rapport with guys. I try to get teammates to trust me. I have a great communicator, Devin Bush, standing right next to me, who knows the ins and outs of the defense. So you get a bunch of guys who are veteran players who understand what we're trying to get done. It makes those checks a lot easier. And I think we do a good job throughout the week drilling what we want to get done, executing it in practice, and then going out there and doing it on Sundays.
Yeah, an easy way to earn trust is making big-time freaking plays. I'm going to ask Robert about this in a second, but first, Sammy and Ello, go ahead and roll it.
Trying to get the sneak, and he got stopped. Andy Dalton gets stuffed.
Dude, walk me through it.
Yeah, we had him 2nd and 1. We get him to 3rd and 1. We get him to 4th and 1. And at that point, we're burning the boats, as some might say. We're sending it all out, sneak pressure, which moves our big guys down to the A's and B gaps. They fire off, give me a chance to come off unblocked off the edge and get Andy Dalton stuffed for a 1-yard loss. And we ended up getting the ball back and going down and scoring a touchdown. So, yeah, or sealing the game, essentially.
Worm, I know one of your favorite players growing up. We talked about this a lot. Troy Polamalu. You wore a number in honor of him. Was that a little Polamalu-esque, man? Robert coming off the edge there, like, Troy would jump over the line and before you know it, throwing quarterbacks back like Gary Collins.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think Spill plays with the type of edge that a lot of people would envy. He's throwing his body around. He's coming off edges. He's filling gaps. He's taking off double teams for us D linemen, which we thank him, a lot for. If a linebacker can take off a double team for a D lineman, that's huge. But yeah, you've seen, Polamalu for, 12, 13 years, jumping over piles, jumping over, the goal line to make that QB sneak stop. And even though Spill didn't jump over the top, he was hunting and he made a huge critical play, like we said already, that really put us in position to seal that game. And not a lot of guys kind of have that instinct to go and get the ball. And when you have a guy like Rob out there, it's super beneficial for us as a team.
Yeah, obviously not a ton of time to celebrate. It's always on to the next, right, Jordan?
Yeah. So with that being said, just talk about, the Bengals, preview them a little bit. And obviously week 1 was crazy. The overtime, I know I was pacing back and forth the whole game and you guys pulled it out. Just talk about, the week 1 game and where you guys are kind of at now, looking at them coming into Acrisure Stadium.
Yeah, we that first game, I think we had 102 plays or something like that on defense, which is crazy compared to last week. I think we had 49 or something like that. So we're looking to minimize those plays. We're looking to stop them, not allow them to drive the ball like they did. They have a revamped offensive line from last year that we got a taste of this first go around the first week that we played them. They got a guy like Joe Mixon who can really take over a game if we allow him to move the chains, convert on 3rd and shorts and 3rd and mediums with his legs. And then when you got a guy like Joe Burrow who is consistently putting up big numbers and consistently getting better, when you kind of match that up with the defense that they have that can get after the quarterback, and they have 2 really good safeties. They got Mike Hilton there and some emerging linebackers in Wilson. They have a really good team, a really solid team that I think that if we allow them to, they can put up a lot of points on us. But we have to play sound defense like we did this first week that we played them, get turnovers, get sacks. We had 7 sacks, I think 4 or 5 turnovers that really put us in position to win that game. So we're looking to do the same this week on Sunday.
Yeah, just for both of you, is the routine the same? Like when you have home games, obviously, like, what's different rather than like traveling? Is it like the same game day that you guys are going to, as opposed to going to Cincinnati to play them? Go ahead, Rob. You could.
Yeah, for me, at the end of the day, you're going to be on a football field that's 100 yards long. Yeah. You're going to be playing the Cincinnati Bengals. Doesn't matter if it's in Pittsburgh or in Cincinnati.
The only thing you're worried about is Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's all you can worry about. Like, if you're really focusing your energy on the right things, you're not worried about, is it going to rain? Is it going to be snowy? Is it in Pittsburgh? Is it in Cincinnati? No, at the end of the day,
you got to play.
We get an opportunity to go out and play football. So, for me, obviously the energy at Heinz or Acrisure.
We all do it. We all do it.
There's the one. We got it in.
You set me up for that. But
yeah, that was my bad. Yep, you're exactly right.
The energy there is electric every weekend that we get to play there. So there is no better feeling. I'm running out. Last weekend was my first time. I've made many starts at Heinz Field. My first time ever running out of the tunnel. So that was a special moment for me. I had a bunch of family there, my dad, my 2 little brothers, cousins, and so I look forward to that. But at the end of the day, it's a football game,
Yeah. With that being said, your teammate, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Just, I know Mike Tomlin in his press conference today, talked about it. Just talk about, do you really think that he could be out there? I know you guys can't really say too much, but just as a teammate and the person in the locker room, that he wants to be out there.
Yeah, Minka's one of the toughest humans I know. I'm talking, this dude is nails.
Second to Worm, right?
I don't know. I'm chasing dudes down to the sideline seemingly every week, and out of the corner of my eye comes a heat-seeking missile. And I just already know it's Minka who came and just took somebody out. And I say he runs around just saying no fear in his head all game long because that's how he plays. That's the preparation that he brings to the game. So I know he'll do everything within his power to get back out there.
Definitely. Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just saying, obviously, Minka's one of our leaders. He's one of the not only best players on our team, but best players in the league. So when we lose someone like him, we got to have guys step up, and that's exactly what KZ did. He's coming back after breaking his arm in the preseason. His first game back, he's making a lot of big plays. He had that huge interception that led to, I think, a scoring. But I think when you lose a guy like Minka, the other guys are going to rally around. And for however long Minka's out, I know that especially a guy like KZ is licking his chops to make a lot of plays and prove that he belongs to be, that he deserves to be on this defense and get as many snaps as he can. But Minka's one of those guys where if he's on the sidelines not playing, he's still in it. He's still listening to the calls. He's still helping us make checks and make adjustments on the sidelines. And it's not just his presence on the field; it's also off the field and what he can do for us in the time being.
Did you guys ever watch The Office?
Of course.
Like finished it straight through type deal. Do you remember that episode where Dwight gets an appendectomy and he like shows up at work like an hour later? He's like bleeding through his t-shirt like in the later seasons. That's what I picture Minka doing, like out there the day after an appendectomy, like holding a bag of blood under his t-shirt. Anyway, I hate when somebody gives me like a Seinfeld reference and I'm like, I have no idea what that means. So I'm glad that you guys have watched The Office.
Miles Jack suiting up with stitches in his knee is pretty damn crazy to me.
Wow.
So, think about, like, you look at these guys, you got tough dudes on our defense. So
what's the craziest thing you guys have ever done like that? Worm?
I mean, dislocated fingers, things like that. Yeah. Sprain an ankle, you just spat it up, tape it up, make sure it doesn't move, and keep it pushing. But I mean, what Miles did this weekend was pretty crazy. Got stitches in his knee, and he's still out there balling out and trying to contribute as much as he can to the team.
Rob, I could see you like losing some teeth like a hockey player and then going out there. Like I could see something like that with you.
I don't know. I like my teeth.
What was the old? You ever see that highlighted like the West Virginia player who banged his forehead on a helmet and started blood down his face?
I have Invisalign now, so I won't lose my teeth either.
Yeah, you're out there wearing two mouthpieces then.
Yeah, no, just the Invisalign, so I can speak. I got to be able to talk.
Good point. Yeah, good point. That's what the communication was that T.J. Watt and Mike Tomlin referred to.
Exactly. Invisalign. I don't have a mouth guard.
No free sponsorships like we always say here. No free advertising, but shout out Invisalign. All right, let's finish the show with a little bit of fun. We like to play a game called Worm Association, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit today because we got Rob on the show. Sammy, go ahead and roll it. All right, so generally what we do is we ask Worm some off-the-wall kind of questions, give a couple words about that. We switched it up lately. We did some trivia. Today I'm doing an all Pittsburgh Steelers edition of who is most likely to. All right. So no pressure. You can give me the politically correct answer always, but I'm going to throw it out there, Worm. You've done this before. You know where I'm going with this. All right. So Chris, we'll start with you on this one. And then Rob, you'll just jump in right after. Got a list for you. Chris, who is most likely on your squad to have a reality TV show?
Probably Chico, Marcus Allen.
Yeah,
man. I mean, he's got the most energy
in your city and take over your trap.
Yeah, exactly. Got the most energy on the team. Loves to just entertain people, make jokes, be funny. I think he'd be the one with with the TV show.
All right, I'll jump to Rob next. What do you think?
I mean,
you agree with that?
personally, I think it would be fun to have my own TV show one day.
There you go.
But if I were to pick somebody, I think Deontay and GP would make a really cool duo. Maybe you get like a little split show. They go out sometimes. They do their own thing. But, you know, everyone loves the wide receivers, and they're two of the top in the game. So,
No doubt about it. Man, that would be the highest rated show, I think, on earth.
Yeah.
You'd have to watch out.
Steeler Nation would go nuts for that.
Dude, like Grey's Anatomy or whatever it would be.
But that's the thing.
Side.
They would never, you guys would never be on Hard Knocks. I feel like that's just not the Steeler way. It's just, like you said, it's just Pittsburgh Steeler football on the field. Oh, the fans would love it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. All right, let me start with this one with Spillane here. You guys, I know a couple of you. I know Worm was there. I'm not sure if you were there, Robert, earlier this it was, I think, preseason. There was a WWE event, and you guys were there. Raucous. Who would make the best WWE wrestler on the team, Robert? Who can you see doing that maybe in their next career?
Trying to think. Maybe Terrell Edmonds.
Really?
You know? Come out with his two brothers.
Yeah.
You know, they got three of them, so they come in a little squad. They're all pretty long and lanky, so maybe they could do like some sort of specialty move together. I don't know. I think he would make for a good WWE match.
Worm.
I'm going Alex Highsmith, man.
Yeah.
That dude, I was at his wedding this past off season. Him and his wife came out to the John Cena like entry song to be like introduced, you know, at the wedding reception. So we're all sitting down, you know, enjoying like a nice drink, and all of a sudden, like, and now I want to announce, you know, the new Mr. and Mrs. Highsmith, and it's da 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 da. He's walking in, you know, doing the John Cena moves. I'm like, this man, but no, I think he would be the best WWE just because he knows everybody's finishing moves. He knows everybody's walkout.
Yeah, I forgot about Alex for a second. I recant, and I'm going to go with Alex.
Give him the belt. Give him the belt.
Mm-hmm. Give him the belt for sure. He probably got a couple of those from, you know, Target or something in his
I wouldn't be surprised.
Home.
Is that where the Invisalign comes from? Target?
No, straight from the dentist, man.
Straight from the dentist. All right, I got a couple more. We're going to wrap up here, a little short on time. Let's see where I want to go with this. All right. This is one that that I had enjoyed. Who's most likely to forget where they parked their car, Robert? I know you got to be careful here. This is a little bit of shade, I guess.
No, I don't know. I feel like we have a lot of intelligent young men on our team who would remember where their car is parked. But now that I have to
just
name
say
somebody,
it's Chris.
Yeah, I'll just say it's probably Coach Flores. Like,
Really?
Yeah, he probably often forgets where his car is parked. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was him.
There you have it.
All right, Chris, we'll end with this one. This is something I was curious about. Who has the strangest locker? I'm talking like weird photos up in there. Who's putting like maybe some, I don't know, some books you wouldn't expect, Halloween costume. Maybe just the most interesting locker.
They keep our lockers pretty clean.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. They clean them every night.
Steelers way.
I would
You ever
say
try and
I don't know. Probably Terrell Edmonds.
He's got his wrestling handbook.
Well, no, he always just has like he's always got Amazon boxes. You know, he's always getting Jordan shoes. He's just got every day it's something new. You know, he's always getting something delivered. So I think he might have just the most interesting because he just is always getting stuff. He's a man of great taste.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, like you said, he has to get prepped for that WWE appearance. So he's getting some stuff in that obviously will go a long way to help that. All right, guys, it's been a ton of fun. Robert Spillane, man, we can't say how much we appreciate you coming on. Congrats on that dominant performance on Sunday, man. Yeah, Worm, if you want to send Robert off just like you brought him in, feel free.
No, yeah, thanks, Bill. Appreciate you taking the time on a Tuesday. I know I'm going to go watch some film, so I'm sure that's what you're heading to. But appreciate you giving a little insight to the fans and and to us about kind of your preparation and how you go about the game and playing it. But yeah, man, you made a lot of good plays this past week, and I know you're looking to continue that for the next 8. And we got a lot more games to win, so we're gonna need you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I love this game. I love this team. I love this city. And, I'll give my heart to all of you guys every day. So thanks for bringing me on. And I appreciate you as a person and as a teammate.
No doubt. Thanks, brother.
Right back at you. Stay healthy, fellas.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Steelers Crazy on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.